Hello everybody and welcome to the Real Tarot 1123. I am going to be doing a reading for Keith Bennett. Let me move my computer here for a second. There we go. Somebody had recommended that I do a reading for him. Apparently this is a very old case. All I know is that I just marked it in my diary that I have completed the reading, because I am. That apparently it's an old case and he's been gone for a long time and just disappeared or whatever, and they wanted to know like what's going on. Apparently the young boy's the child's mother also passed, not knowing anything about her son, the whereabouts, what happened, etc, etc, etc. Now, as usual, I am not going to mention the name of the person who asked for this reading. Not that I don't want you to, not that I don't want to give you a shout out or whatever. I just feel, let's keep it, doesn't matter who asked, right? At least in this case, I know the connection, so it's okay. If I ever doubt like the premise of the person asking or whatever, or why they're asking, if I doubt that, then I will clearly come out and say, who are you? What is your relationship to the case? Why do you want to know, etc, etc. Anyway, in this case, there's no need to mention none of that. Let's take a look and see. And I think she had said in the email, the sad thing is this young boy, Keith, right? Is that his name? Because you know me and names, right? Keith Bennett, is that correct? Yes, Keith Bennett. That his mom apparently died without knowing anything, about that poor child, and that is like such a horrendous thing. Like, I'm sure she's with him now, but during her years in the physical world, I'm sure it would have brought her a lot of comfort if she knew what really happened to the child. So let's take a look. All right, let's get started. Keith Bennett. Okay. I got my little fan going on. I haven't opened the balcony door because it's like middle of the day for me. What is it? 12:43 in the afternoon. There'll be street noise, so I'm modulating my voice so that it doesn't kind of echo. So let's make sure the brightness, and it's natural light. I have no lights on or anything, so all right. And of course, per usual, I will show you all the cards, right? Okay, it'll all come together. So we have Cancer. I don't know what this Keith Bennett's birth date is or nothing. I don't know. I have absolutely no idea. So I'm just like, at least then if I knew birth date, time of birth, place of birth, or date of death, etc., there's something. But with the Cancer, Air and Uranus, ask me to reach for this. Moon, 2, and Aquarius. Wow. Okay, so the moon, as we know, right, rules Cancer. Aquarius, as we know, is a water sign, right? And 2, second house. Second house is, of course, values, talents, possessions, ability to earn income, whatever. But that is a typical second house thingy. But 2 people are involved in his murder. 2 people. 100% two people. And I have Uranus too. So Uranus rules Aquarius, and we got Aquarius. So 100% two people are involved in his murder. Well, clearly he's murdered. I mean, he's not in the physical realm anymore. 100% he is. Somebody is the brains behind it, and the other individual is brings the emotional aspect to it. There are two people. I am going to go out on a limb and say, because I see the emotions with water and I see air, which is the cerebral the one who laid the plan. So it definitely feels like a woman and a guy who are responsible. Definitely two people are responsible for him. Ooh, not nice energy. Not nice energy coming from these two. Okay. Not okay. Okay, this is like boom, 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 boom. Lot of energy coming in. Okay. Okay, then we have the star card, of course, we have the moon, and then we have the magician. So definitely the star card is again Aquarius. The moon card is again Cancer. And then with the magician, it's somebody who is very intelligent, who can plan, who can plot, who can scheme, who can cook up stuff. This was a planned abduction to experiment on this child. They tortured this child. They physically tortured him. The man and the woman. The man is the leader, the woman is the one who gave him the backing, the support. Yeah, okay, we can do this, I can do this, I'll help you, let's do it. She had some innate, twisted thing, but the guy, people were, if they were to look at these two individuals, they'd feel that maybe the woman was actually the instrumental person in this, but no, it's the guy, she just fed into it. This boy was, I want to say confiscated almost. I don't know why I'm using the word confiscated. I don't understand why the word confiscated is coming forward, because this is an abduction. But why are they saying confiscated? He was confiscated, like taken away. So wherever they took him away from, they knew that these two were taking him away from. Is that what confiscated means? Confiscated means is like you're not stealing or taking something away without the other person's knowledge. In their knowledge, within their knowledge, in their presence, you're taking it away. You're saying, right now I'm not going to give it to you, I'm going to take it away. Why are they using confiscated though? It's so weird. This child was abducted, confiscated, stolen for the sick pleasures of these two individuals. They have abused him, they have tortured him, they have experimented on him, they have done horrible things to this child. I have no idea who these two people are, but I definitely will say a female and a male, a water sign and an air sign, Cancer, Scorpio or Pisces, Aquarius, Libra or Gemini, but I'm going to stick with Cancer and I'm going to stick with Aquarius. Don't even, unspeakable things they have done to this child, unspeakable things. Something of, oh my goodness, they're showing me his eyes. What about his eyes? He's got, does he wear glasses, or did he used to wear glasses? He's got nice round eyes. It's like those cute round eyes, big eyes, nice eyes, like beautiful eyes for a child, and wears glasses. Something about his eyes, Oh my goodness. You know how children sit on their haunches? You know what I mean, right? They sit on their heels, like they're walking and they see something in the grass and they just sit. You know what I mean? Not on their butts, but almost on their heels, like. You know what I mean? I don't know how to explain it. I see him sitting like this and I see him going like this. They knock his glasses off and he's going like this. He's like, what? What's happening? Oh my goodness. Something about his eyes. His eyes are very, very prominent. Maybe his eyesight was not good. He used to wear glasses and they knocked his eyes off, and that kind of put him at a little bit of a disadvantage. Oh, they did unspeakable things to this child. Y'all, this reading is going to be short. I can't, because the energy I'm getting is I'm seeing a lot of gore, I'm seeing a lot of blood, I'm seeing a lot of torture, I'm seeing a lot of pain. Oh, this child really suffered. I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry for the family. I am so sorry for this poor child, Keith Bennett. He has suffered unimaginable pain. Unimaginable pain. And the saddest thing is that kind of infliction of torture and pain on somebody so young would have knocked them out sooner, in the sense they would have passed sooner. But for whatever reason, this child did not pass soon enough. And he felt every bit of it. He felt every bit of it. Were these two people involved in some kind of weird group kind of a thing? Like, I'm not going to use the word cult, but they had some stupid ideas in their head about devil worship and all that. But it was all in their head. They really didn't belong to a cult or anything. They were like, let's experiment about this and stuff. Stupid stuff. They enjoy, okay, these two individuals, this male and female, right? They are basically not good people. They are not all together, in the sense that I'm not saying that to make excuses for them. It's not that they were mentally off or anything like that. They were just not good people. Okay, when they two came together like they were literally attracted to each other. And it's like these two criminal minds. It's like the flames joined together. They did. Some bizarre thing about bloodletting and all that, but it wasn't because they were Satanists or they were involved in a cult or anything like that. Like during the course of conversation, they were like, let's go experiment, that kind of thing, how it started. He's not the only child that they've done this to. They've done this to a couple of children after him. He is the first one. This child, Keith Bennett, was sexually, physically, mentally, emotionally abused, tortured, unbearably so. Almost, if it would have been to such an extent where if anybody had stepped in, they would have said, let's just put him out of his misery and let us, I hate to say this, it sounds terrible, but how did that little body, how did that little child last as long as he did with all that torture? You know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to say. Because he's a child, right? How could he have tolerated and still been alive for that long? Oh, that poor child, that poor child. They did kind of pick him up, and they were like, pick him up, whatever, sweet talk to him and say, yeah, let's take you here. Yeah, you want to go there? Let's give you a ride. And then that whole thing turned. There has been a lot of gossip about these two individuals, this male and female. There's been a lot of gossip over the years about these two individuals, saying that they were involved, they knew what they were doing, they know what the body is, they know who did it, lot of gossip. But for whatever reason, they were never, I don't think they were ever held accountable, or I don't even know if they were questioned or released or what. They somehow got away with it. They were very, very bad decisions that these two people made, even after they were done with this child. There are a couple of other children more that they have. He was the first one that they experimented with, and they got emboldened. This is not a nice. Are they a couple? Are they related to each other? I don't know, but there is a relationship between the two of them. Ooh, not very good people. Not very good people. He did not die right off. They tortured him, y'all. They did unspeakable things to that child. You can see him crying there and saying, Mama, Mama, and literally his lips are quivering because he's like shaking, and the pain, and that he can't take it, and he's like, please let me go. No, they had him held captive. Ooh, these two people are not very, how come they got away with it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yes, these two people are responsible for his death. Absolutely, absolutely. I don't know who these two people are. It's a man and a woman. I can tell you they are not heavy-set people. They're skinny people. I can also describe that one of them has dark hair. They're skinny, long face and dark hair. Dark hair, skinny, long face and dark hair, short hair. They almost look like they have the same haircut type, like weird, the man and the woman. Ooh, not nice people. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Absolutely they did it. Absolutely they did it. Absolutely. They are responsible for Keith Bennett's death. They have been out and about in society. People know them. They've integrated into society. But they never said a word. They never said, and they got away with it, y'all. They got away with it. Okay, 100% they are responsible. Okay, let me do this. 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 90, 90. Yes, in all three kids they have done this too. In all three kids they have done this too. It's not just Keith Bennett. How do these people get away with this stuff? How do these people get away with it? I don't understand that. Y'all, after they did this, they have been out and about in society. I'm going to say people, I have a feeling that people had some kind of a doubt on these two. People had some kind of a doubt, the neighbors, the whoever community people, they kind of had a feeling that these two had something to do with it, or they knew something and they were not telling. And they tried very hard to get information, like not from a police perspective, but you know, trying to kind of socialize with them. Hey, do you know? No, these two are very tight-lipped. Wow. Show you the cards. Oh my goodness. Okay, I knew that was going to come out. I absolutely knew that was going to come out. What did I say? Dark hair? That's the Page of Swords guy. That is that fellow who's coming up, that air sign. Yeah, I'm going to say it was almost like a stupid ritualistic thing in their head. They got this stupid idea in their head that they wanted to do some ritualistic stuff, or Satan and bloodletting and all that. Oh, let's experiment, let's try, you know, that kind of stupid shit. And they went and they literally took this kid and they experimented with this kid. And this was the first time, and then they tried everything that they wanted to. It was almost like living out their dream. Living out their dream. They tortured this child. It was, when I meet my maker, I'm going to ask him, why is it that you let this poor child be tortured to such an extent? Why didn't you just take him away? Like, why did you let him experience that much pain? Like, unimaginable, y'all, unimaginable. This child was like, I don't know how he survived it. That's the thing that's like blowing my mind, and I'm like so getting upset, because it's like, how was his little body able to tolerate that extent of torture and abuse? Like, how come he didn't give out like sooner? You know what I mean? I can't wrap my head around it. He just wanted to play with his little model aeroplanes. and his model cars, and something about tractors. So I mean, most boys, yeah, but model aeroplanes, model cars, and a tractor. He's all about a tractor. Okay, and then we have this King of Pentacles in reverse, right? There is a person who is a principal person in this society at the time this case broke, that he dropped the bag, he dropped the load, he dropped the ball on this case, okay? And with the Five of Swords, right, the Five of Swords is usually violence in relationships and this and that and all that, exchanging of words and, you know, fighting with each other. He dropped the ball on this, and all of a sudden, like whatever the fighting and this, that and the other was going on, everything just died down. It's like the moment people realized that he dropped the ball, for some reason everything fell apart. All the fighting, all the arguing among the society, let's find him, let's do this, the parents asking questions, everything kind of just poof, it just went poof. I don't know why. And then it's whatever proposals they might have had to, let's put somebody else on the case, let's do this, let's do that. Nothing. It almost seems like for some reason the ball was just dropped on this child. The ball was just dropped on this case and nobody wanted to pick it up and do anything further about it. I have a feeling that the family fought very hard to reopen the case or to ask answers. For some reason nobody wanted to touch this case after that. It was almost like, oh, he didn't matter. Oh, look. Okay, with the Five of Cups, it's almost like he didn't matter and they're like, oh yeah, well, whatever. I don't know why they had that attitude. Why didn't anybody else pick up the case? Like, why? Right? And the Five of Cups, of course, as we know, it's loss and regret and, you know, feeling abandoned and unloved. And absolutely, his mom, I'm sure, or his family, I'm sure, felt like that. Oh my goodness. Nobody wanted to do anything about this case. I don't understand that. Like, why? Just because that whoever the principal figure was dropped the ball, everybody kind of just scattered and they just left that case. Like, what the hell? I'm getting so angry. It's because it's like, how? But then this was apparently years ago, decades ago, so I don't know, like, okay, so I have the Page of Pentacles again, I have the Three of Pentacles, and I have the King of Cups, all in reverse, 100%, y'all, 100%, okay? This man who is responsible for this child's demise, after he went and it's not like they picked him up and the very same day they killed him. No, they held him captive for a while. 3 months, y'all, 3 months, they held him captive for 3 months. They tortured him, this man and woman. This man, he would go out into society and act like everything was fine and, you know, yeah, this is my job and, oh, let me come and help search and, you know, almost seemed like everything was okay. She didn't come forward, but he did. They held him captive for 3 months. From the date he was picked up to the date he died was 3 months, okay? And then you have the King of Cups energy. King of Cups is the complete, you know, emotional shutdown. It was a complete emotional shutdown. But here's the thing, it was a complete emotional shutdown for a brief period of time by Keith Bennett's mom. Now I will tell you that Keith Bennett, he is showing me that he, like even up until the last minute, he was crying for his mom. I'm not saying this to be hurtful or be mean or it's like turning the knife in deeper in the heart, that's not it. But I can still see him sitting there and he's crying for his mom. He's like, Mama, come get me, Mama, come get me, my mama's going to come get me. Oh, that poor child. Mama, come get me. My mama's going to get me. I think for her too, I think she kind of, for her the worst thing is, I think, okay, her mom's no more. Of course, people are going to say, well, she's passed too, then how can we go and cross-check? I'm sure she would have discussed it with family members or whoever. Her mom did feel a twinge, like she felt a tug, like mothers, like how we feel, right? Like somebody's in distress but she couldn't connect it, she couldn't get to it. So for her, that was an even bigger regret. She's like, I hear you calling me for help, but I don't know where you are. I don't know where to find you. For her, that hurt her even more because she's like, I sense my child in distress. I sense my child in trouble, but where are you? I can't see you. I can't find you. Show me where you are so I can come and find you. And she feels even worse because of that. Because, you know, do you understand what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if I'm making any sense at all. Oh, there's so much heartbreak here, y'all. So much heartbreak. Somebody in school, somebody around the school. Okay, hang on one second. Whoa, cards are flying, y'all. Okay, somebody around school, a teacher, but more like a librarian, okay, is somehow connected to this case. Now, am I saying that librarian is responsible for his death? I'm not saying that just now, but that librarian is definitely somehow connected to this case. Then I have the Seven of Wands. Okay, the Seven of Wands is self-defense and protection against competition, etc. This librarian was also, for a very, very small, brief window of time, she was also, like, people were saying, hey, do you know so-and-so, like, can you get us some answers? But she fought it. She did not want to have anything to do with this. She did not want to delve into this. She didn't want to, I don't want to do, she just like completely went into self-protection mode, and she's like, I don't know, don't come near me, don't ask me any questions, I don't know. Then we have the Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles, of course, is all about continuing to master your craft. She continued to work for that same school for a long period of time. But she felt she had to protect herself because people were coming at her, and people were coming at her not to attack her, but to say, do you know so-and-so, can you get us some inside information? She just didn't want to have anything to do with this. She just flat out refused. I don't know how they would get away from, I suppose, you know, your First Amendment or whatever, you know, whatever. Freedom to speak and freedom to shut up too, I suppose. So, that librarian, it is a librarian, not a school teacher, but definitely a school librarian or a city librarian. But I'm going to go with school. Okay. Two other kids were also eliminated. Yes, two other kids were also eliminated. So I see the Two of Pentacles, the Nine of Swords, the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, and the King of Wands. Whew. A sip of water, please. Okay, so definitely two other kids were also passed, tortured just like this after Keith Bennett. There was a lot of sleepless nights, a lot of distress. The mother suffered so much, it's not even funny. This mother suffered, and you know what she suffered more about? That I knew my child was in distress, and I knew if I could get to him soon enough, I could rescue him, but she just couldn't find him. She's knocked on so many doors, she's knocked on so many offices, she's gone around, just felt spinning her wheels. Nobody, why was the ball dropped? I don't understand. And then you have the Seven of Pentacles. Now the Seven of Pentacles, all that patience and hard work that's going to come and delayed success, no. All that patience and hard work, it's in the reverse, no success. Sorry, no success. And then you have the King of Wands, right? It's you know, having the courage and having the charm and having the fortitude to go forward. This mother has, I don't know how old the mom was when she passed, but she was just broke, man. She was just completely, I can feel the intense sadness. It's like when your heart is broken, and in her case, her soul was broken. Like she was that devastated, because she's like, somebody knows, please, can anybody, I mean, I can see how desperate and how desperately she tried, grasping at straws, knocking on doors, asking people, can you please, it's like, and finally she's like, okay, here's what I'm saying. At some point she said, my child's death is on me. She took on that, y'all. Oh my goodness. I can't. That poor mom, that poor child. Oh my goodness. This is freaking crazy. This is just like what? It's a very intense energy. I'm telling you, this poor child was so badly tortured. His eyes are very prominent about his eyes. He's got cute round eyes. Wearing little, I don't know if you'd call them Harry Potter glasses, but glasses. That's what he's showing me. They knocked the glasses out of him, and they took it out off of him, so therefore he couldn't see that clearly. I see him wearing, I don't know what he was wearing, but what I'm seeing when he disappeared, when he was reported missing, I see him wearing khaki shorts, like dark shorts, not khaki as in the color, but that khaki material, what is it called? Gabardine material, I think. I hope I'm making any sense. Gabardine material shorts with a belt though. He's wearing a belt. He's all about his belt. He's all about his belt, and I'm not going to say he's a skinny kid. He's not a chubby kid either. But he's got a little, kids have a little belly. I mean, little kids, right? So he's kind of pulling it up over his belly, and he's wearing a checkered shirt. His shirt is tucked in though. He's wearing a checker. Oh my goodness, kid. I don't know whether that's what he was wearing when he was reported missing, but he's showing me that. Such a cute kid. He would have grown up to be a stand-up person in society. Absolutely. One of those steady, solid people, work hard, provide for the family, be honest, loving, committed, that kind of an individual. He would not have grown up. His trajectory was not to grow up and to be like, again, I myself was married once and divorced, etc. So I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. But he is not the kind of person who would have grown up and had married multiple times, etc. It's like marry your high school sweetheart type of thing and stay married to her till the day you die. That's how he was, okay? That's what I'm trying to say. And again, y'all, I'm not dissing anybody who get married and divorced or have multiple relationships. That's not what I'm saying. So please know that. Don't come at me for that, okay? I just want to make sure. And there's another school of thought, there's no need to get married. Absolutely. You know what? I always tell people, do what makes you happy. Seriously, do what makes you happy. You want to be married, be married. You don't want, don't. You want to get married and divorced, whatever, it's your life, right? So we have the King of Pentacles, the Six of Swords, and the King of Wands. So we have both the Pentacles and the Wands, and then we have the Six of Swords. So I'm saying between these two kings, okay, there was a little bit of a... did the FBI get involved in this? Because I feel like the FBI did get involved in this to a certain extent. Or they were thinking about getting involved in this, and for some reason they did not. These two people who I see are being responsible for Keith Bennett's death, they used to go to church and all that. They were so in the modern day, how people would have looked at them as being punks, like a young punky couple, right? I wouldn't say goth, but the way they dressed and all, you would have turned and looked and you would have said like, oh, they're little punk kids. Punk is like a social thingy, I think. So let me explain. I'm not saying they're all bad people or anything like that, but it's just that they dress differently, and they're whatever, right? The makeup they wear, the clothes they wear is a little different, and people just assume, oh, everybody with a tattoo, anybody who has a tattoo is a gangster, or anybody who has multiple ear piercings are this and that. So that's a society's stupid mindset, right? So when you look at them in the modern age, if you were to put them in today's day and age, you would have said, oh, these are little punk kids or young people, right? So they did go to church too, but then people would look at them as being a little punk couple type of thing. But did the FBI consider getting involved, but for some reason they didn't? I doubt if they will ever find his remains. Six of Swords. No, yeah, his remains have been moved, washed off, moved, landslides, dug up by default. No, they will never find his remains. I doubt if they will. I doubt if they have found his remains, then I really need to see DNA proof of that. I highly doubt that they found his remains. Wow, I'm telling you, one more 10 pops out and I'm going to have a fit here. And the moon card pops out. Oh, those two people. They know, y'all, they know exactly what happened to this child, and they have kept mum all these years. I don't know if those two are alive or dead or what. 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles, the Moon card, the 3 of Cups, and the 8 of Pentacles. So, 10 of Cups, complete emotional, extremely emotional, overwhelming emotional. Okay? The immediate family was so overwhelmed with emotions, with this thing, that to a certain extent they were so debilitated, or I don't even know how to say it. They were so stressed with all this that it affected their income, it affected their ability to earn income too, so they couldn't go to work. You have the Moon card, a lot is hidden about this case. Then you have the 3 of Cups, okay? Something popped up at somebody's wedding regarding this case. So I don't know whether those two individuals subsequently got married, or somebody else got married in the family or the friend circle, and there was some whispering and talking about this case, and there was almost like, like straws, like little bits and bits of pieces of, like almost confetti of information, like, you know, little bits of confetti, like little bits of information, and people are like, oh, okay, temporarily, let's all get activated and let's go and look, and then it stopped. But this was during the wedding, somebody's wedding. Something came up, but they failed to pursue that to the fullest extent. If they had, they would have got some more information to at least where his remains were. Now, I will tell you this. When these two got rid of his body, somebody has seen, and these two found out that they were being watched, and they chased that individual, and that individual flipped out and actually relocated to a different city. These two chased that individual, a young teenage boy, no more than 17, 18, 19 years. And that individual flipped out, and I don't know why they're saying either he joined the military or he went to another city altogether. He just relocated, he just upped and left. Now this individual doesn't have really a family per se. Oh wow. You want me to describe the area? You have a suburban development or a neighborhood. There is a winding path, like almost like there is a proper streets and everything, but there's also a winding path. Okay, that's like muddy. Like, let's say, let me explain let's just explain the neighborhood development. You have your proper homes, your streets, everything, but from the back there's always a dirt road to the homes, like somewhere, right? So that winding track has got a lot of meadows, and not meadows, but like, you know, grass growing, like not very tall, but grass growing, and you can just walk through it to the development from the back entrance or whatever. That's where this individual saw, and they chased him. So this boy was initially not put too far back, too far away from where he was murdered. It was close to where he was picked up and where all this drama happened, close to the residential area of those two people. Just look at this, y'all. Okay? That's where he is, I'm telling you. And then I'm going to say that also with the 8 of Pentacles, it was continuing. Okay, all right, we got us and back to work again. Like nothing happened. Let's just go back to work. Let's just go back to work. This person, this guy who is responsible, he had something to do with either creating. Did you hear that? I'm alone right now. Nobody should be here. And there's nobody here. Did you all hear that knock though? There's nobody working on the house or outside or upstairs or anything. That's the second knock. Okay. Okay, that freaked me out. Did you all hear it? There's nobody here, I'm alone. Okay, that's enough, that's enough, it's enough, it's enough. Okay. This individual, he either works with wood, carpentry, or in a store where they do some carpentry or wood or whatever, or polishing and fixing, or even could be a taxidermist. Hang on. Nobody should be at home at the moment. Yeah. The main door is locked and latched as well. There's a safety latch. Okay, that's weird. So this person either works with wood, carpentry, or making artifacts, or cabinetry, or he could be a taxidermist as well. Oh, that's creepy. Okay, that was something else. That was something else. That wasn't a freaky noise. That was something else. But the first two knocks and the thing, I'm like, whatever. This case is not going to get solved, y'all. So sad. So terribly sad. You know, there's always hope. We read in the newspapers, we watch on the news, like a cold case was solved after 50 years, and you know that the criminal was brought to justice after 40 years. We caught him and brought him and put him behind bars, and that's so gratifying when you hear cases like that, because finally justice has been served. But there are a lot of cases that just don't get solved and resolved, and justice will never be served. And that's the saddest thing. It's like, yeah. For the longest period of time, there was a lot of hate and fear by the society or the social, like people around these two, this couple. They hated them and they also feared them. Okay, I wonder if they had kids too, because I see two other kids, a young boy and a young girl. They could have been their own kids. I don't know who these two kids are, but they grew up fine. Or they could have been kids that were in their family but who grew up fine. There was a lot of shop talk and a lot of talking and arguments and discussing, a lot of flirtation, pillow talk, etc., when these two were together. They were very tight-knit, these two, this man and this woman. There is a possibility that to society may not have known that they were a real couple. That's also a possibility. But there was a really deep, they could have been two separate individuals, but behind scenes they were a couple type of thing. Then you see the four horsemen, so clearly there's these two are like the devil incarnate. I have a feeling these two also have passed, y'all. I have a feeling the woman I can see the woman clearly having passed. I don't think she lived she could have had a longer life, but I don't think she lived like well into her 70s or 80s. She definitely died before she was 70. But the guy, I don't know when he died, or I'm not seeing that he's dead. Well, he probably is, but I'm not seeing a clear image of him actually being dead. But her, I know for a fact, I'm seeing her dead, like she's gone. There's another little child stepping forth. This child is also passed. This child is also passed, another little child. Oh, this is confusing. So there are 2 other boys who they confiscated and they tortured after Keith Bennett. Those boys are gone. There are another 2 little kids, a girl and a boy, who could be the children of these 2 people involved, or either one of them, or could be family members' children. Those 2 are fine. But there's another little girl, she's no more than 5 or 6 years old, who passed before Keith Bennett. She's somehow connected to this family though. She's stepping forward and she's like, I got you. You come with me. Come on, Keithy. Oh, she's the cutest, most adorable thing. I don't know how she died. She's not showing me that. She's all happy and giggly that she has somebody else. Of course, Keith is older than her, but she's all happy and giggly that she has somebody else to play with, type of thing. I don't know who the child is. I don't know, y'all. This is like muddled my brain. I still can't get past how much this child has suffered and how he endured to that extent all that suffering. I'm going to stop. This is kind of getting a little too heavy for me right now. I'm just actually today I intended to put out a couple of videos, and then I was doing something, and then all of a sudden, like, I felt a strong pull. I didn't even open the book, but I felt a strong pull. I kept thinking of the name Keith, and I didn't know who Keith is. I was like, who's Keith? So I came and opened my little book, because I write down, right, every time you all suggest, and I saw Keith Bennett, and then I was like, oh, it must be him that they're wanting me to do this thing reading for, so I decided to do that. And again, y'all, please take all of this, with the intention that is set out. It's not to get anybody into trouble. Of course, law enforcement has to do their job. It is what it is. So I thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Okay, much love to you. Bye.